This is Raider News with Craig Gorvinoff and Naomi Joseph with the news, Kelsey Ames with arts and entertainment, and Elizabeth Gallo with sports.
Hello and welcome to the December edition of Raiders News. I'm Craig Gorvinoff.
And I'm Naomi Joseph. A new statistic says that girls at risk of cancer are urged to avoid alcohol consumption. Researchers from Brigham and Women's Hospital and Harvard Medical School conducted a health survey on almost 7,000 girls ages 9 to 15. Not surprisingly, the study found that girls with a family history of breast cancer were more likely to develop benign breast disease in young adulthood and were more than twice as likely than girls with no family history. Previous studies have shown that alcohol consumption in adult women raises the risk of breast cancer. This study can be found online in the journal Cancer.
Last month, SEN held its Thanksgiving Food Box project. Unlike other food drives, this one was only for SEN members, and all members needed to participate in order to become a full member of the club. And on the 12th anniversary of this project and the 20th anniversary of SEN at this school, members collected over 1,600 items, including sweet potatoes, canned vegetables, and even turkeys. This food will feed 100 families, 50 of them in Scotch Plains and Fanwood, and the other 50 in the surrounding areas. SEN has another food drive coming up around Christmas for all students to participate in. To find out more, go to www.scnlive.org.
I caught up with Dr. Joan B. Mast, Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum, Instruction, and Technology, to find out the logistics behind upgrading the school district's technology. Hi, I'm Naomi Joseph, on location here with the Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Joan B. Mast, and Supervisor of World Languages, Linda Materna. Thank you both for coming.
You're welcome. It's nice to be here.
So we're going to discuss the technology in the Scotch Plains Fanwood School District. Dr. Mast, how many computers and laptops were put into the school district this year, approximately?
We made a very large investment in upgrading our computers this year. We have purchased approximately 500 laptops and 100 desktops.
Wow, that is a big purchase. Thank you. And about how much did that cost?
Well, you would have to do the math, but the way that we average it, when we purchase a computer, whether it's a laptop or desktop, the expense is close to $1,000. But that also includes the warranty for 3 years for each machine.
Oh, that sounds really good. That's a good deal. So what's the plan that the district hopes to enforce with this, and about how many years do they hope to do this over?
We are trying to put a system in place where we address obsolescence. When I first took control of the technology, we've had equipment that was as old as 10 years, and supporting that was very problematic. So we picked focused areas, and we hope to keep those areas cycling through on a 4 to 5 year cycle, because it just makes sense in providing the latest technology for teaching and learning, and it also makes sense with respect to the support. It's very costly to support old, broken laptops, etc. So last year we focused on the elementary schools because they had been left with the oldest technology. And we did upgrades in their media centers, and we put laptops in different grade levels so they would be able to have learning stations. This year, as you know, we put a major investment in the high school, where there were 17 laptop carts that were available for students. And in each cart there were 15 machines, which was often not enough for a whole class. So we really just replaced those computers that were at least 5 years old with new MacBooks, and we increased the number of computers in the cart to accommodate the average class size. So each cart now has 25 computers.
Well, it sounds like you have it very well planned out, and it works very nice. And Mrs. Materna, can you please discuss how you think the technology will affect the learning and the teaching in the school district?
Well, I will share with you that before we began our big technology initiative in the district, I did poll my teachers to ask them what types of technology they were using in the classroom. And I laugh now when I think about some of the responses, because typical responses were the overhead projector and the CD players. Now when I think about what teachers and students are doing in the classroom, it's really amazing and it's very exciting. There are different, technology is multifaceted. So we have technology equipment such as document cameras that teachers are using, Elmos. We have flip video cameras. We have digital voice recorders that they're using. We have programs, applications on the Macs themselves, such as iMovie and GarageBand, so students are creating digital stories using iMovie. They're creating podcasts with GarageBand. But then there are internet-based technology applications such as wikis and blogs, so our students now are able to collaborate in a larger scope with larger audiences beyond the classroom through wikis and blogs and programs like Glogster and Google Docs. So we're very excited, and it's really transformed the way students are learning in the classroom.
That sounds amazing. I really appreciate both of you coming in and telling us extensively what goes on, and thank you both for your time. And back to the studio.
In Mr. Mechanico's woodshop class, 3 students did something truly unique. Jim Healy, Steve Duvall, and Gary Kugler built an electric guitar. Let's go on location with Jason Klee, who caught up with these 3 students.
Hello, this is Jason Klee. I'm on location with Steve, Jim, and Gary. And these 3 have done something that has never been done before in woodshop. They built a functional instrument, a guitar. Tell me, guys, Steve, what did you do on this job?
Well, I know how guitars work inside and out, so I supervised how to put this together. I also did the majority of the painting. I've come here during classes to work on it. All in all, I think this project came out really well, and hoping we can do it again.
That's excellent. Jim, what did you do on the guitar?
Well, I did most of the body work here. My expertise is mostly carpentry. I'm not one too familiar with electronics. All of us here have played guitar for a couple years now, so we know how it works, but Steve here was the only one that really knew how the electronics worked. But yeah, I did the body. I did almost all of the assembly, which is the fun part. But yeah, it's actually really cool that it came out the way it did.
That's awesome. Gary?
Well, I did most of the internal work. I think I did the fun part. I did all the soldering of the wires and everything, making sure all the connections were connected. Mostly I made sure it sounded like it should.
Gary, can you explain to us what's underneath this plate?
Well, underneath is a hollow cavity. Obviously the whole guitar is not hollow, just underneath here is, and leading to here, and another hole here. Underneath harvests all the wires and everything that connects all the tuning knobs and everything, the volume, tone, and the jack for the amplifier. On the back here is the back plate underneath, more electronics that connects it all together. The wires going through there, we've had to drill holes through it, soldered wires across there, and overall, works pretty good for something we made in woodshop.
Gary, can you explain to us if this is a fully functional instrument?
Oh, yeah, it is. We've brought in an amp, and plugged it in, and tested it, tuned it, and everything. We've gone through the tuning process, and it works. It's a fully functioning electric guitar.
Scotch Plains Rotary Club and the High School Interact Club joined forces to sponsor Beads of Hope, a night of celebration, held in our auditorium in November. The evening was a fundraiser to help support a home in Uganda, Africa, that rescues young girls from a life of child labor and prostitution. As part of the fundraising effort, beads that are made by these girls in Uganda were on sale at the event. Over $15,000 was raised by the club's collective efforts. Let's see some footage from the event.
Tonight we've come together for the greater good. We are here to celebrate our youth through song and dance and bring love and encouragement to young girls halfway around the world.
I'd like to thank the Scotch Plains community, the Interact Club, and all other high school clubs. Thank you so much. My name is Robina Muganzi, the founder of Set Her Free. Together we've been doing this work with these 3 great women, Kiran, Robin, and Amy. These women have been of a great support to this project. We are helping these young girls who are sexually exploited and those who are in hard child labor. We are getting them out. We've set a home for them where they are loved, fed, and taken care of. We've put 12 girls in school. 38 girls are doing their vocational training. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to do this great work. We continue to ask you to buy the beads of hope, buy our beads, and help support a girl.
Situation rises, just write it into an album, send it straight to gold. I don't really like my job, no. So tell me what you want to give. Something I will love those is. I'm sick of all the instances. I'm gonna give all my secrets away. But this time, don't need another perfect one. Don't care if critics ever jump in line. I'm gonna give all my secrets away. Don't be ashamed to cry. Let me see you through. 'Cause I've seen a dark side too. When the night falls on you, you don't know what to do. Nothing you confess can make me love you less. I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. I won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you. So, if you're mad, get mad. Don't hold it all inside. Come on and talk to me now. Hey. What you got to hide? I get angry too. Well, I'm a lot like you. When you're standing at the crossroads and don't know which path to choose, let me come along. 'Cause even if you're wrong, I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. I won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you. And take me into your darkest hour. And I'll never desert you. I'll stand by you. Oh, I'll stand by you. I'll stand by
And now let's go to construction update.
Dylan Brzezinski here with your construction update, and I'm here with the new installed outside cameras. These cameras were installed for safety purposes, hopefully to keep trespassers out and keep all the cars safe in the senior lot. They're also installed in the front of the building to keep the teachers' cars safe. There's been instances in the parking lot where there's been vandalism gone on in cars. These cameras work outside of school. They're ran by the police at their headquarters in town. That was your construction update. Now back to the studio.
On November 18th, seniors got to experience a drunk driving simulation. Students with licenses were able to drive a car, and everyone was able to participate in a police roadside test with goggles that simulated what it was like to be intoxicated. Let's go on location with Caitlin Laffin to find out more.
Goggles, you can get right behind Markovitz. All right? Right behind.
I'm on location with Alex Markovitz. How was the drunk driving simulator?
It was really fun. I mean, I didn't expect it to be what it was, especially with the goggles. Everything's like shifted to the left, and it's just pretty cool.
Would you say that it's real life experience?
I would not know about that, but I mean, I guess so if they're doing this.
You have to drill these guns though.
How is everyone's driving during the simulation?
It's pretty interesting to see how one drink can affect your driving tremendously, as almost everyone has hit every cone in that station over there.
All right. I'm here with Mr. Kane. How are students when they put the goggles on?
They're having a pretty hard time staying in a straight line. I think some of them are a little proud when they can kind of stay on, but if they saw themselves on videotape, they would see they would definitely be having trouble with the law trying to walk on a straight line right now.
And how many people have actually caught the balls?
I would say about 20% of the people have caught a ball, and they've tried multiple times.
And now let's go to Brooke Enners with the December edition of A Look at the Past.
Hi, I'm Brooke Enners, and for this month's Look at the Past, we revisit the 2002 Winter Choral Performance in order to ready us for our own upcoming performances. Now for a look at the past.
This year's winter concert was definitely a success and enjoyed by all.
And now let's go to Arts and Entertainment with Kelsey Ames.
Thanks, Greg. Upcoming in December, SPF will be hosting some great holiday events to put on your calendar. In the spirit of giving, Music Boosters will be hosting a clothing drive on December 2nd. And on December 7th, the annual blood drive will take place here at the high school. All students over the age of 16 are encouraged to sign up to give blood. On the 8th, Fall Sports Awards will take place. Come out to support your Raider athletes. And if you're cleaning out your closet, please contribute to SLC's clothing drive on December 10th. On the 14th, everyone is invited to attend the Winter Choral Concert. Multiple music groups will be performing this night. On December 15th, Senior Class Winter Social will take place on Thursday. And school is off the week of the 26th for winter break. Rep Theater recently hosted tryouts for their play Anything Goes. Let's go on location to find out more.
Hi, I'm Claire Cohen on location with senior Matt Kepner, who's one of the stars of the new production, Anything Goes. So can you tell me about the play?
Sure, Claire. Yeah, this year, Rep Theater is doing Anything Goes. It's like Titanic meets Razzle Dazzle, if you will. The play's about a ship and the people on the ship and the crazy shenanigans they get into, you know? I don't want to spoil too much, you know? Go and see the play.
And I know you're one of the leads.
Oh, yes.
Who else are you working with?
This year, the leads are me, Nick Pulios, Julie Bush, Rachel Noggle, Connor Chaney, and Olivia Whitehouse are the, I guess, the main characters, if you will.
And what year is this of you doing the production?
This is the second year. I started last year, which was Hairspray. And yeah, this is my second year doing it.
Are you excited? Are there any surprises to come for this musical?
Yeah, I'm really excited. The director is the same director we worked with last year. He was a really cool guy, and I'm excited to do it all over again, you know? And it should be fun. Hopefully, you know, some great experiences overall.
Thank you. Now back to the studio.
Now let's go to our December Faculty Member of the Month, Ms. Elizabeth Coleman.
Hi, I'm Marisol Pakaha, and I'm on location with this month's Faculty Member of the Month, Ms. Elizabeth Coleman. Congratulations, Ms. Coleman.
Thank you.
So what are some of the classes that you teach here at the high school?
I teach AP English Language and Composition to juniors, and I teach public speaking.
What are some of the things that you do outside of the classroom?
Well, in the high school, I am the moderator of Muse, our literary magazine, as well as the temporary moderator of the Gay Straight Alliance. Outside of school, I love to read, obviously as an English teacher, and I really love to run.
That's quite a variation of interest. So I know that one of the reasons that you were selected as Faculty Member of the Month was because you were one of the teachers who was recently tenured here at the high school. Can you explain a little bit of what the process of tenure is?
Sure. For the first 3 years that you're in the district, you are observed by supervisors, you go to new teacher roundtable, you're basically evaluated both on your current level of performance and sort of on your future potential. And at the end of 3 years, the principal, your supervisor, and sort of the faculty and administration decide whether or not you are worthy of tenure, meaning worthy of sort of keeping and holding on to for a while. So I was fortunate enough to receive that this year.
That's really great. And does that give you like a sense of security, or how does that, isn't going to affect your teaching in any way in the future?
Well, it's nice to feel that you are appreciated and that you are valued for what you do. It won't affect me day to day in the classroom, but it's nice to know that what I'm doing has been sort of well received and will continue to be well received, hopefully.
Congratulations, and congratulations also on becoming Faculty Member of the Month. Now back to the studio.
Now let's go to December's featured artist, Russell Davis.
Hi, I'm Claire Cohen here with your featured artist, Senior Russell Davis. So what is your position in the band?
Well, in the marching band, I'm the drum major, and that basically means I conduct the music in front of the band while they march in front of me.
And I know you've been in the pit for previous prep productions. What about this year?
Yeah, this year's production of Anything Goes has a lot of good saxophone parts, and so I plan on being in it again.
So you play saxophone, but what other instruments do you play?
Well, there's various types of saxophones, but I mostly play the tenor sax. And but other than that, I like to play guitar sometimes as well.
And I also know you're in a band. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm in a jazz quartet called David Mahler, and it's with fellow seniors Callum Wayman, Nick Poulios, and Josh Getman. And we won one of the Battle of the Bands last year, and we play a lot of gigs like at bar mitzvahs and stuff like that.
Do you want to pursue this in college?
Right now, my plan is to double major, so hopefully I'll be doing music and something else. I don't plan on making a career out of it, but I love music, so I want to keep studying it.
Okay, well, congratulations again.
Awesome, thanks.
Now back to studio.
Now let's go to December Student of the Month, Elizabeth Baldwin.
And I'm here as Student of the Month, Liz Baldwin. So Liz, what activities do you do in Scotch Plains Brandon High School?
Well, I'm really involved in the high school. I'm captain of the varsity gymnastics team. I'm also president of the French Honor Society, and I'm involved in the club.
So what do you suggest for the next Student of the Month?
Just take advantage of all the clubs at the school. All the French clubs are good. All the language clubs are really involved. They do a lot of stuff around the school.
So what colleges did you apply to?
I applied early to Bucknell University. I also am in the process of applying to Trinity, Boston College, and Lehigh and Lafayette.
And do you want to continue gymnastics in college?
It's definitely something I'd like to do, but unfortunately a lot of schools don't have it. I guess it's expensive to do, but some schools have club teams, so I'm looking into that.
Okay, that's cool. Now back to the studio.
Now let's go to Matt and Dan with Music Critics.
Hi, I'm Matt Kempner.
And I'm Dan Lynch.
And welcome to a brand new edition of Music Critics. Today we'll be reviewing Coldplay's 5th album, Milo Xyloto. Dan, what do you think of the album?
You know, the album is a little edgy. I really never was a fan of Coldplay. And hearing their other albums, it's more edgy, and a couple songs in the album are really catchy, but, you know, I'm not really impressed with it.
I agree. I definitely think that the album has a bunch of catchy tunes and kind of stays where Coldplay's been going with the old, you know, alternative rock, electric rock vibe. I don't think it's not my favorite Coldplay album by far. I think they could definitely have brought up a new sound, something we haven't heard before. Dan, give us a little facts about the album.
It is number 1 on iTunes and Billboard's 200, and I give it a 4 out of 10.
The album's singles are Every Teardrop is a Waterfall and Paradise. It came out on October 24th, and I would give the album 6 out of 10. Back to the studio.
Now let's go to December's edition of Fashion and Fads with Maddie and Sarah.
Hi, I'm Maddie Dollywell.
And I'm Sarah Hayden, and this is December's winter accessory edition of Fashion and Fads.
Down the runway first, we have seniors Emma Rosen and Chanel James. Chanel is wearing a navy blue blazer around her shoulders, loop scarf, stylish glasses, and cuffed jeans.
Emma is wearing a flowy pink top, dark skinny jeans, and knee-high leather boots. Coming down the runway next, we have sophomores Kendall Scobie and senior Jackie Betts. Kendall is wearing a flannel shirt with a necklace, leggings, and black Uggs that never go out of style.
Jackie is wearing a floral scarf and comfy Uggs to keep her warm this winter.
Coming down the runway next, we have freshmen Emily Isola and Ariel Margulies. Ariel is wearing a gray cardigan with a circle scarf, jeans, and black suede boots.
Emily is wearing an orange loop scarf, ripped jeans, black suede boots, and leather belt. This winter, you can never go wrong with a stylish pair of boots
or a scarf. Now this has been your winter's edition of Fashion and Fads.
Now back to the studio.
And now let's go to sports with Elizabeth Gallo.
Thanks, Naomi. The Raiders varsity sports teams have begun to make their transition from fall to winter sports. Let's take a look to see how each team wrapped up their fall season. Football, 3 wins and 7 losses. Boys soccer, 21 wins and 2 losses. Girls soccer, 16 wins, 2 losses, and 4 ties. Gymnastics, 9 wins and 5 losses. Girls tennis, 8 wins and 13 losses. Volleyball, 9 wins and 16 losses. Boys cross country, 3 wins and 2 losses. And girls cross country, 3 wins and 2 losses. Let's go on location with Taylor Ciboleo, who caught up with December's Male Athlete of the Month, Daniel McMillan.
Hi, I'm Taylor Ciboleo on location with Male Athlete of the Month, senior boys soccer captain Dan McMillan. As the season came to an end, Dan, what was the biggest highlight for you?
It would have to be winning the sectional title because we had lost in the past 3 years, so it was really good to finally win it.
I just found out that you were nominated for the All-Star game for all high schools. How do you feel about that?
I feel really good. I mean, it's a big deal. Only the 2 kids from each team can go, and there are going to be a lot of college coaches, so it should be a good experience.
Do you plan on playing soccer in college?
Yes, still making the decision whether to play D1 or D3 soccer.
And I hear all your boys on the soccer team call you McFluff. Are you going to miss that nickname?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be weird going to college and not being called Fluff.
Okay, thank you very much, and congratulations on being selected Male Athlete of the Month. Now back to the studio.
Ahmed Shinawi caught up with December's Female Athlete of the Month, Megan Allen.
I'm here with the Female Athlete of the Month, Megan Allen. So, Megan, what goals did you set forth for yourself this year?
Well, every year, obviously, our goal as a team is to get as far as we can. But this year, as a goalkeeper, my goal is to let in as few goals as possible, and we did really well this year. I'm pretty sure we only had maybe 6 goals scored against us, and I share time with my other goalkeeper, Taylor Ciboleo, and it's easy to be a good goalkeeper this year because we had such a great defense. We didn't have to work that hard, but being a goalkeeper is coming through when you're needed. So that was my goal this year, to be there for my team when the other 10 players break down. That's any goalkeeper's goal, and we made it really far this year, and we had a great season.
Congratulations. Do you plan on playing college soccer?
Right now, I'm talking to some schools. I haven't decided if I'm going to play there. I guess it kind of depends where I end up going. I like a lot of schools that have D1 sports, so maybe I'll try club or something like that.
All right, good luck with that. And do you play on any other soccer teams other than the high school?
Yeah, during the winter and spring and summer, I play on a club team at a Rutgers called Copa. And we go, right now, actually, we're in a lot of college showcase tournaments and things like that, and we do futsal in the winter.
All right, thanks, Megan Allen. Now back to the studio.
That wraps it up for sports. Now back to Craig and Naomi.
Wraps it up for the December edition of Raiders News. Have a happy holiday season.
And enjoy your winter break. See you next year.